We have some pretty juicy Star Citizen updates for you today. We're getting previously exclusive loot and items now in-game. So you'd have to buy them with real money. You can find them in-game, which is awesome. There's some great progress with Alpha 3.17 on the PTU, and some more sneaky updates from Sandy on her Twitter as she talks to some more devs. And we even have a few little other news pieces too. So, adding subscriber items to in-game loot. There's a few interesting things happening with the RSI subscriber items this month. Firstly, there's some cool looking pistols that are very intricate and detailed. If you're an RSI subscriber, there's 2 different frag pistols in slightly different flavors. Centurions get one of them, and Imperator subs get both of these different flavors. And then there's an Arclight pistol with a new skin as well, available from the sub store. So you pay for that. If you're a subscriber, you can buy that if you want. Lots of cool other things available on the sub store too. Various other skins and items and armor sets. But you might not be a subscriber. You might not want to be a subscriber. You might not want to purchase things in the subscriber store. And now you don't have to get those items because they're earnable in-game as well. Well, at least in Alpha 3.17. Cloud Imperium said, as we've mentioned in the past, our goal is to make most offerings available to be earned in-game. For this reason, we're excited to share that many of the subscriber flare items have now been added to the in-game loot table as a rare drop, starting in Alpha 3.17. More specifically, most pre-2022 items, those that can be player carried, have been added, with future flare being added after a 3-month exclusivity window. So things that are being released this month to subscribers, you're going to have to wait 3 months to the next sort of major patch, or just after that or whatever, to get them in game. Some digital items that are exclusive to events, such as from CitizenCon or goodies packs or things like that, they are not going to be making their way into the in-game discoverable loot system. So there will be some items from promos or the past that won't make it into the loot pool. That makes sense. You're not going to find the CitizenCon 2949 trophy in there, for example. But it is awesome that most of that loot is starting to be sort of available in game for those willing to loot grind and search for it. Though I am a bit worried what that's going to mean for players wearing certain gear and items that can actually be sold, because we know that some sort of account-bound items, they're not sellable. However, it does sound like these flare items very much are, if they're part of the rare loot drop table, which would mean that maybe players might be hunted for them because they're going to be very valuable. So we'll have to see how that plays out. The RSI subscribership of the month is the 400i, so RSI subs will have access to that ship throughout April. The Redeemer is available to purchase as well for subs with upgraded in-game insurance during that period as well. So Cloud Imperium are also looking for questions for the active feature team on Star Citizen Twitch channel at 3 PM UTC on Friday the 8th of April. There's going to be basically a live Q&A. So Cloud Imperium are looking for questions on a range of topics, from medical gameplay, all things weapons, all things inventory, throwing, radar scanning and pinging, force reactions, hunger and thirst. It's not just on those topics, but that was a suggestion of the things that the active feature team will be able to answer. I'll link the thread below so you can ask some questions and upvote some questions that you like there. But the top questions currently are holsters for civilian clothing. We're going to get them at some point so we can actually have a sidearm while wearing civilian clothes. A backpack that doesn't require torso armor, is that going to be a thing? How will FPS scanning work? Will restrooms be used as part of gameplay, or more just as immersion and, it's got a restroom, and do we actually have to relieve ourselves? What is the priority for parachutes, or something that we can get that will allow us to survive ejection in atmosphere? Will we be able to select standard loadouts, because we don't want to have to sort of faff around and re-equip our character every time we die or respawn? Will there be any way of getting sustenance in areas where we can't remove our helmets? Can we look forward to possibly other means of carrying incapacitated bodies, like a fireman's carry? What sort of attachments are planned for FPS weapons, in broad terms? Are there any plans for cooking, crafting, food and drink? As I said, it's worth adding your own questions and upvoting the ones that you want answered there, but there's some pretty good questions, and there was a load more. So there was more stuff from Sandy's Twitter feed. So she's been talking to another dev about gameplay area and now Derelicts. So they said here, after the Caterpillar has been added, and Well, I suppose it has been now. They're adding 3 new ships to Derelicts and points of interest as a matter of priority, and that's the 600i, the Star Runner, so that's the Mercury Star Runner, and the Reclaimer. The goal is to have all ships in-game be able to be points of interest, derelicts or wrecks in the future, and used for missions and that sort of stuff. We do have a new Alpha 3.17 MPTU patch. It's still in Wave 1, so it's going to be going to wider PTU in the not-too-distant future, but it's fixed so many of the terrible bugs, this patch, which is great. And there's also been a couple of balance passes here. They greatly increased safe refueling flow rates, they greatly increased fuel arm health, and rebalanced fuel pod flow rates and capacity. And they've retuned energy missiles to only have physical damage. Energy damage missiles will have energy damage re-added when armor has been redesigned later. Many issues are now solved with ship respawning and ASOC terminals. There are less in the way of random deaths and respawning issues. Orison is a safe place to move around again without just immediately dying when you go through like doorways and things. There are many minor fixes too, along with client-server instability updates. This leaves 10 currently highlighted known issues that Cloud Imperium are trying to fix. So this is custom Mobiglass casings breaking the Mobiglass. The player is unable to place a mining gadget on mineable rocks. Large hangars are missing collisions, which is pretty bad. Starfarer boom arm is not repairing if it gets destroyed. Players cannot buy components directly into ship storage, which is going to be coming later in the PTU cycle. AR markers are present when opening the Mobiglass, which can make it hard to read. Ships can explode after a player exits them, not ideal. Many mineable asteroids can't be scanned, while docked in a Starfarer, the Valkyrie will continuously tilt instead of remaining stationary. Interactions can stop working when using the purchase transactions. Some of those are pretty bad, but it's not as bad as the previous issues that we've had with infinite loading screens, being able to not spawn your ship and not move around landing zones. So this is a magnitude better, and Cloud Imperium are ploughing through those fixes. And Cloud Imperium has said, if you're not in Wave 1, fear not, as the PTU will be open to wider testing groups soon, very soon. We'll have to wait and see exactly when that is, though. What other news is there? Q2 buyback tokens have started to be, well, actually now have, at time of recording and release, been distributed to players, allowing players to buy back previously melted ships with store credit. We should have some monthly reports out later today for Squadron and the Persistent Universe. This will cover what Cloud Imperium have been working on over the last few weeks and what their focus is now. Though it's likely going to be 3.17 heavy, we will see some other bits for 3.18, new ships, salvage, the cargo refactor, and pyro most likely. Inside Star Citizen is on a 3-week break, so we're going to see that at the end of April again. But we do have that Star Citizen live on Friday that might have some good development and gameplay questions answered there. Also, the Atmo Esports Fight or Flight PvP tournament final is on Saturday, April 9th, so if you're following that, be sure to watch that. I suspect there will be a video afterwards as well somewhere that will show what happened. But boom, that's it for today for your Star Citizen updates. 3.17 is now getting much closer to an open PTU test, but a live build is actually hard to call when it's going to turn up. Maybe mid to late April. That's about as accurate as I can guess at the moment. Are you excited to play a more stable 3.17 build and test out all those new features and see the new locations and hopefully get an open PTU quite soon? What questions would you ask the active feature team? What do you think of the addition of previously exclusive subscriber loot being added to the loot pool? Does this mean that players will be hunted for their gear, as it may very well be extremely valuable? Are you excited for that? Are you terrified by that? What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. I was feeling tired and sluggish. I found out that I was allergic to adverts and malware in 2022, which means I can't use the internet. If only there was a service that could help. Wait! There is! NordVPN.com/BoredGamer! It's NordVPN that I use, and it blasts away a load of my advert and malware-based concerns, while allowing me to freely explore the internet. Maybe I want to be in the USA today, and pretend that I'm an American. What's this? Now I'm down under in the Australias? Wait, now I'm in the UK. Okay, I live there. That is less impressive. NordVPN has done so much for me. Sign up with the links below, or go to NordVPN.com/BoredGamer. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For April 2022, we're giving away an Origin 400i. It's a luxury exploration and touring ship, which will be great for a small crew wishing to explore the stars or try out a multitude of other gameplay. It's like a little yacht in space, a little piece of luxury. All you need to do to be in for a chance to win that is comment on any of my videos made during April 2022. More details in the description below. If you wish to further support the channel, consider clicking the join button under my videos to become a channel member or even become a Patreon. That goes a massive way in helping with our day-to-day videos and gives you a variety of little exclusives as well. But it should just make you feel warm and fuzzy inside. Join today! Thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment if so inclined, and I'll see you in the verse.